Breaking news that could change the financial situation for millions of Americans overnight. Former President Donald Trump has just made a shocking announcement about potential $7,000 stimulus checks and even more surprising, $5,000 in Dogecoin payments that could be heading your way soon. Is this the economic breakthrough Americans have been desperately waiting for? Or is there more to this story than meets the eye? If you want to stay updated on every development regarding these potential payments and learn exactly how they might impact your wallet, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you never miss crucial updates that could put thousands of dollars in your pocket. The financial landscape of America might be on the verge of a dramatic shift as former President Donald Trump takes center stage with an announcement that has sent shockwaves through economic circles nationwide. In a bold move that has captured attention across political aisles, Trump has unveiled a plan that includes direct payments of $7,000 to eligible Americans, alongside an unprecedented cryptocurrency stimulus of $5,000 in Dogecoin. This announcement comes at a time when inflation concerns and economic uncertainty continue to plague many households across the country, making the timing particularly significant for millions of Americans struggling to make ends meet in today's challenging economy. But what exactly prompted this unexpected proposal from the former president? According to sources close to Trump, the decision stems from growing concerns about the current state of the American economy and what he perceives as insufficient action from the current administration to address the financial struggles of everyday citizens. The American people need real relief, not half measures, Trump reportedly stated during his announcement. These stimulus payments will inject immediate vitality into our economy while embracing the future of finance through cryptocurrency inclusion. The dual approach of traditional cash payments alongside cryptocurrency represents a striking departure from previous stimulus efforts, potentially signaling a new direction in economic relief strategies that bridge conventional and digital financial worlds. Have you ever wondered how different your financial situation might be with an extra $7,000 in your bank account? For many Americans, such a sum represents months of rent or mortgage payments, the ability to pay off crushing debt, or even the opportunity to make long-delayed repairs to homes or vehicles. The impact of such direct payments shouldn't be underestimated. Previous stimulus efforts during the pandemic demonstrated how quickly consumer spending can accelerate when Americans have additional funds at their disposal. What remains unclear, however, is exactly how these payments would be funded and whether they would contribute to inflationary pressures that have already been causing concern among economists and policymakers alike. The cryptocurrency component of Trump's announcement has perhaps generated the most buzz and confusion. Why Dogecoin specifically? And how would a $5,000 cryptocurrency payment actually work in practice? Originally created as something of a joke in the crypto world, Dogecoin has since gained legitimacy and passionate supporters, including notable figures like Elon Musk. Trump's embrace of this particular cryptocurrency represents a surprising pivot, given his previously expressed skepticism toward digital currencies. Some financial analysts speculate this could be an attempt to court younger voters and tech enthusiasts, while others suggest it demonstrates a newfound recognition of cryptocurrency's growing importance in the global financial ecosystem. Regardless of motivation, the inclusion of Dogecoin in a stimulus proposal represents an unprecedented merging of government relief efforts with the still evolving world of digital assets. Critics have been quick to question the feasibility and wisdom of such a proposal. Where would the funding come from for these ambitious payments? The total cost would run into the trillions of dollars, raising immediate questions about deficit impacts and long-term economic consequences. Democratic lawmakers have largely dismissed the announcement as a publicity stunt lacking substantive policy groundwork. While some Republican colleagues have expressed mixed reactions, enthusiasm for the direct relief coupled with concerns about fiscal responsibility, economic experts remain divided, with some praising the boldness of the approach while others warn about potential inflationary consequences that could ultimately harm the very Americans the stimulus aims to help. What would implementation of such a plan actually look like? According to preliminary details, the $7,000 direct payments would be distributed through mechanisms similar to previous stimulus efforts, with the IRS handling distribution based on tax filing status and income thresholds. The Dogecoin component presents more complex challenges. The government would need to establish digital wallets for recipients or partner with existing cryptocurrency exchanges to facilitate distribution. Have you considered the practical implications of millions of Americans suddenly receiving cryptocurrency, many of whom have never engaged with digital assets before? The educational component alone would represent a massive undertaking, potentially transforming America's relationship with cryptocurrency overnight. Supporters of the proposal highlight the potential economic boost such payments could provide. Consumer spending would likely see an immediate surge, benefiting retailers, service providers, and potentially creating jobs across multiple sectors. The cryptocurrency component could accelerate mainstream adoption of digital assets, positioning America at the forefront of financial innovation. This isn't just about providing relief, one supporter noted. It's about embracing the future of finance and ensuring America maintains its position as a global economic leader. The enthusiasm among certain segments of the population is palpable, with social media buzzing with discussions about how individuals would utilize such payments and what impact they might have on Dogecoin's market value. But how realistic is this proposal? And what would it take to move from announcement to actual implementation? The path forward would require significant legislative support, which presents immediate challenges given the current composition of Congress. Any such program would need to navigate complex budgetary processes, committee approvals, and likely face numerous amendments before reaching a final vote. Have you considered the timeline implications? Even if fast-tracked, the legislative process alone could take months, meaning Americans shouldn't expect to see such payments in their accounts or digital wallets anytime soon. This raises questions about the timing of the announcement and whether it represents a serious policy proposal or a strategic positioning ahead of future political contests. What does this mean for you personally? The reality is that despite the headline-grabbing announcement, Americans should approach the news with cautious optimism. The gap between policy proposals and implemented legislation is substantial, particularly for initiatives with such significant financial implications. However, the announcement does highlight growing recognition across the political spectrum that many Americans continue to face financial challenges that may require bold solutions. Whether through this specific proposal or alternative approaches, the conversation about economic relief remains firmly at the center of national discourse as policymakers grapple with persistent economic inequalities and the changing nature of our financial systems. As developments continue to unfold regarding these potential stimulus payments, staying informed will be crucial for understanding how your personal finances might be impacted. Will these payments ultimately materialize? Or will they remain simply a bold proposal that generated headlines but little actual relief? The coming weeks and months will be critical in determining whether this announcement represents a genuine policy direction or a temporary talking point in our increasingly complex political and economic landscape. Have you prepared yourself financially for either outcome? Regardless of what happens with this specific proposal, the importance of personal financial planning and awareness has never been more evident as Americans navigate uncertain economic times. In the meantime, what steps can you take to strengthen your financial position regardless of whether these stimulus payments become reality? Financial experts continue to advocate for emergency savings, debt reduction, and diversified investments as cornerstone strategies for personal financial resilience. And yes, for those interested in the cryptocurrency space, education about digital assets might be valuable, not necessarily in anticipation of government payments, but as part of a broader understanding of evolving financial technologies that continue to reshape our economic landscape in ways both expected and surprising. Remember to subscribe to our channel for continuous updates on this developing story and all the latest economic news that impacts your financial future. We'll be analyzing every aspect of this proposal as new details emerge, bringing you expert insights and practical guidance for navigating these potentially transformative economic developments. The financial landscape is constantly evolving. Make sure you stay one step ahead by joining our community of informed viewers committed to understanding and mastering the challenges and opportunities of today's complex economy. Market reactions to the announcement have been swift and notable. Dogecoin experienced significant volatility following the news, with prices initially surging before stabilizing as investors attempted to assess the likelihood of the proposal coming to fruition. Broader financial markets showed more muted responses, reflecting skepticism about implementation prospects but acknowledgement of the potential economic impact if such massive stimulus were actually deployed. Financial advisors across the country report being inundated with questions from clients about how to prepare for possible payments and whether they should consider investing in cryptocurrency in anticipation of increased mainstream adoption.